Okay, so I want to show you a common problem that can happen when you're moving through arrays like this. I can go through, I believe this is the last painting. Watch what happens when I click the next button. My program throws an exception, specifically an index out of range exception, and here's the reason. Basically, we said these arrays, these parallel arrays, have 7 elements apiece, 7 elements, and those indexes would be 0 through 6. Okay, and once we reach that last painting, the index is 6 with that last Monet painting there, and then the index goes up to 7 when we click that next button. There is no element in those arrays that has an index of 7. This is the last painting with an index of 6. So we basically just walked off the edge of the arrays, like walking off of a cliff, and your program blows up. So you have to anticipate that and prevent the user from going off the edge like that. Now, there are multiple ways of handling that. I could use an if statement, and if the current index gets up to 6, I can maybe disable that, that next button. Or later in the semester, several weeks from now, we will look at kind of a more structured way of handling exceptions. And so you'll see that later. For now, I think one thing that I've been doing in recent years with students, and they tend to like it, is we do a wraparound technique. So we'll say, if the current index is less than 7, no, less than 6 rather. 6 is the maximum value we want current index to get to. If it's less than 6, we're going to increment it and just move forward as normal. Or else we will wrap around, and by that I mean set current index back to 0, and that'll put us back on the Starry Night, the first painting. Okay, so I'll go ahead and test that. Okay, so I'll keep going. This is the last one, and now I've wrapped around to the beginning. And then we can do the same thing on the reverse of that. So in the back button, okay, so if current index is greater than 0, we'll just decrement it, okay, because there's still room to go. Or else we can set current index to, let's say, I'm tempted to hard code a 6 here. That would be the last painting, and so that'll wrap around to the last painting. But what if I wanted to add more paintings later? I don't want to have to worry about that 6 later. So I think I'll do size minus 1. Size minus 1. Size has a 7 in it. That's the size of the arrays, but I don't want to go up to 7. I only want to go to 6. So let's test that. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. So it's working well. So that's just one way of handling it, but I guess what I'll just, leave it to you, but just don't let the user fall off the edge of the cliff. That's all I'm asking. You can handle it however you want, but just don't let it blow up would be my advice.